Jon Stewart's unexpected departure from The Daily Show at the age of 61 sent shockwaves through his loyal fan base. For over 16 years, Stewart had been the sharp, satirical voice of political commentary, holding the powerful accountable with his unique mix of humor and insight. But why did he leave a show that had become synonymous with his name, especially at the height of its success? Stick around as we explore the real reasons behind this surprising decision. By the end, you'll be stunned by the truth. Stewart wasn't just a comedian, he became a cultural icon who transformed The Daily Show into a major force in media. When he took over in 1999, the show was still focused on light entertainment and celebrity gossip. Under Stewart's leadership, however, it quickly evolved into a powerful platform for political and social commentary, blending humor with a sense of responsibility to address real-world issues. His satirical take on the news turned comedy into a tool for social change, giving voice to an audience frustrated with traditional media. Despite the show's immense success, Stewart made the difficult decision to leave in 2015, leaving fans shocked. After all, why step away when things were at their peak? To understand his departure, we need to look at the pressures Stewart faced over the years. Hosting a nightly show like The Daily Show was grueling work. The relentless schedule, the constant need to stay up to date on breaking news, and the pressure to produce fresh, engaging content every night all took a toll on Stewart. He once joked that hosting felt like trying to outrun a freight train, but beneath that humor was a deeper truth. Stewart was worn out. The daily grind was physically and mentally exhausting. He was open about how the demands of the show impacted his personal life. Each episode required hours of intense research, sifting through headlines, speeches, and news reports to find the most important and absurd stories to cover. By the time the show aired, Stewart was often running on fumes, using humor to shield himself from the exhaustion. But it wasn't just the physical strain, it was the emotional toll. Over the years, the news cycle became heavier, with stories of mass shootings, corruption, and societal decay that were harder to satirize. Stewart himself admitted the difficulty of balancing humor with such serious topics and how this emotional weight began to wear on him. Another factor in Stewart's decision was the changing political landscape. When he first took over The Daily Show, his sharp critique of politics felt fresh and necessary. He offered a perspective often missing from mainstream media, calling out the hypocrisy and flaws of both politicians and the media. But by the mid-2010s, the rise of hyper-partisan news outlets and the explosion of misinformation made Stewart feel like his satire wasn't cutting through the noise. He described the political climate as watching the same horror movie on repeat, and as the country became more divided, his sense of purpose as a satirist began to fade. The rise of social media also influenced his decision. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook had changed how people consume news, and political commentary was no longer confined to a few late-night shows. By 2015, political satire was everywhere. Memes, viral tweets, and YouTube channels flooded the internet. Stewart's voice, once one of the few offering a satirical perspective, was now just one of many. This oversaturation of political humor made it harder for The Daily Show to stand out, contributing to Stewart's burnout. Stewart's decision was also motivated by a desire to spend more time with his family. The grueling schedule of The Daily Show often meant missing out on important moments with his children. As he approached his 60s, Stewart realized he no longer wanted to sacrifice his personal life for his career. He wanted to be more present for his family, enjoy the time he had missed, and find a healthier balance between work and personal well-being. When Stewart announced his departure during a taping of The Daily Show, the audience was stunned into silence. It wasn't the usual lighthearted farewell fans might have expected, but a sincere and emotional moment. Stewart thanked his viewers for their unwavering support, acknowledging the incredible journey he'd been on. It was clear this decision hadn't been made lightly. After years of reflection, Stewart had come to the conclusion that he needed to change one that was in the best interest of his health, his family, and his happiness. The reaction from fans was immediate and emotional. Social media was flooded with messages of shock, gratitude, and admiration. Fans shared their favorite moments from the show, remembering how Stewart had made them laugh, think, and sometimes even cry. It was clear that Stewart was more than just a late-night host. He had become a trusted voice in media, shaping how many people viewed politics and society. Even after his departure, his influence remained undeniable. Stewart didn't disappear after leaving The Daily Show. He continued to use his platform to advocate for causes close to his heart, notably fighting for the rights of 9/11's first responders. His impassioned speeches on their behalf went viral, proving that while Stewart may have left late-night television, his voice still carried immense weight. His advocacy work became one of his most notable post-Daily Show efforts, showcasing that his impact wasn't limited to comedy, it was about making a real difference. Beyond advocacy, Stewart also ventured into filmmaking, directing the 2014 movie Rosewater, which told the story of Iranian journalist Mazir Bahari's imprisonment. The film, a departure from his usual work, still carried the same passion for telling important stories. It was well received and demonstrated a different side of Stewart, one focused on dramatic storytelling rather than satire. In this new chapter, Stewart proved he wasn't just a comedian, he was a versatile creator committed to tackling meaningful issues in various forms. Though Stewart has made occasional guest appearances, offering his thoughts on important topics, he has largely stayed out of the limelight. His fans still tune in when he speaks, knowing that Stewart brings sincerity and depth often missing from today's media landscape. Even without a regular platform, Stewart's voice remains influential. One lasting impact of Stewart's departure is the raised expectations for late-night television. Before Stewart, late-night shows were mainly focused on celebrity interviews and lighthearted humor. Stewart redefined these shows, using comedy to address serious issues. His approach set a new standard, and today's viewers expect more from late-night hosts: thoughtful analysis, sharp wit, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. Jon Stewart's decision to leave The Daily Show wasn't just about walking away from a job, it was a reflection of his integrity. Despite the fame, success, and comfort of staying in the role, Stewart chose to leave because he felt it was time for something new. He didn't want to coast on his legacy, he wanted to remain true to himself. His departure wasn't merely the end of an era, it was a bold statement that authenticity and personal well-being come before everything else. Looking back on Stewart's career, it's clear he didn't just entertain, he made us think. He used comedy to shine a light on the truth, challenge the establishment, and give voice to the overlooked. His departure from The Daily Show may have ended one chapter, but it also opened the door for a new generation of satirists. Stewart's influence continues to shape late-night television and political comedy today. Even years after his departure, fans still hope for Stewart's return to daily comedic commentary. While it's unlikely he'll return full-time, his legacy endures. Jon Stewart changed the game, and his influence will continue to inspire for years to come. If Jon Stewart's journey and legacy have inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the legends who changed television history. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Stewart's time at The Daily Show. What's your favorite Stewart moment? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more stories about the people who shaped the media landscape forever.